This is Pastor Unpacked. Real talk, real faith, real growth. Let's break down life with Jesus. Come on, church, let's unpack it.
Nobody warned us. Your parents' faith can't carry you anymore. Hello, I'm Pastor Bob McCabe from Wadsworth Church Nazarene. Today I got two special guests. I got two young adults that attend Wadsworth, and they're both in the midst of big changes this year. And so we're just going to talk with them and get their perspective on life and faith and church. And so I look forward to sharing with them. And we got Shelby, McCabe, my daughter, and Allison, Mizen, right?
Yes.
Mizen. And her name has changed recently, her last name. So that's why I had to make sure I got that right. But look forward to sharing with you, talking with you ladies today just about life. And so our first topic is nobody warned us. So let's talk to you first, Allison. Let's walk through this process here. So you graduated from college this month.
Yes.
And this past year you've gotten married. So what have you learned about yourself this last year?
That I can handle a lot of stress.
Yeah.
I found it like I could just handle so many things just with getting married during school and going into my senior year of college and just navigating married life, and then also Evan graduating in December. Mm-hmm. It's just been a really busy season, and honestly, since it's kind of drawing to like a new season, I feel like I can just take on anything.
Yeah. Just the business will change a little bit.
Yeah.
It'll get slower, but then you always be into something. So, yeah. So how do you think your faith helped you this past year with all them changes?
It has gotten me through everything. Every exam, every challenge that the first year of marriage brings. And I really think I have gotten a way stronger relationship with God looking back at myself from a year ago.
Yeah. So what would you, if you could go back to your senior year of high school, what would you tell yourself?
I'd tell myself to be a little more confident in my faith, and I'd tell myself that I can make it. Like, it's not as hard, and I shouldn't be as down on myself as I should be. Like, I can get through it with God and with myself.
So where do you think the lack of confidence came from?
Just
not dealing with life? Or?
Just not being, like, ready enough, smart enough, good enough.
So just being hard on yourself.
Yeah.
And not giving yourself a chance.
Yeah.
And so with your, with graduating and now getting married, do you understand your parents a little bit better now?
Yes. Yes, I do. That's an understatement.
So what do you think you've understanding?
How hard they've had to work to get to where they are. Mm. And how hard they've worked to raise us. And my parents got married in a later season of their lives, but my dad, like, worked his rear end off in college, and when he got fresh out of nursing school, I know he just worked all the time to create a life for his future wife, which is now my mom and us. And I appreciate all their hard work.
Yeah. And so now they're getting to deal with all their kids growing up, and as your kids grow up, it makes you start over. Like, they're living a different life.
Yeah.
And so they're adjusting to that. So, all right. So we got a college graduate and married same year. Now we got Shelby, who's at a different perspective of this. She's graduating this week from Wadsworth High School. And so what have you learned about yourself this past school year?
I've learned that change doesn't have to be a bad thing. It can be good, and it can make me better in ways that I didn't know I needed. Like, starting over completely in senior year, not knowing anybody, like walking into an an area that, like, people don't know who I am. They don't know what I've done the last 3 years. Like, I'm just the new girl.
Yeah.
It taught me that I can still be who I am and be in a new environment, even if it's a scary environment. And it taught me that I'm stronger than I think I am.
And Wadsworth was a really good school to move to help with that transition as well.
Yeah.
So shout out Wadsworth High School. So,
It's a good school.
yeah. So how's faith helped you make it through high school period?
It's helped me get through all of it. I mean, I started out freshman year not as reliant on God as I should have been. I was more relying on my parents' faith, on you and Mom's faith, than I was on my own. I was still working on having a relationship with Jesus at that point, and but then, like, sophomore year throughout senior year, like, I just dove headfirst into it because I was sick and tired of the life that I was living, and I was tired of drowning in my own head because I was carrying the weight of the world on my shoulders and not giving it to God when that's what I'm supposed to do. And so, like, he got me through the nights of the hard essays that I couldn't figure out and the friendships that I didn't know if were going to last or not. And he just kept me going when I thought I was going to drown over stress.
Yeah. So what would you want to tell a young lady, like a junior lady that's going into her senior year of high school? What advice would you give her?
A couple things. The first one is whether she has faith or not. Like, she needs to just tower over that Bible, because junior year is forever going to be one of the most stressful years. And then when you go into senior year with a not very well prepared junior year, it's very stressful. And walking in that season with God rather than by yourself is going to leave you in so much more peace than doing it by yourself and carrying everything else, because God carries the load when you think you can't. And then the second one would be to figure out what she's passionate about. Like, what are the things that brings you the most joy? What gives you peace of mind and makes you feel like you're strong in this area? Because it's very important to learn that before senior year.
Yeah. Good. All right, one more question. So what do you want college to look like at Mount Vernon and Nazarene University?
If I think about what I'm craving the most, I'm craving, like, real relationships. Like, I want lifelong friends so bad. I want to find people that bring me closer to the heart of Jesus without me even realizing it, because they're so absorbed in their faith. I want to be surrounded by godly people in every single manner. And I crave out of the college experience just more of Jesus in general.
And you're going to get that just going from public school to private school. You're going to get that, and it's going to be good. But you're going to realize, too, that everybody's going to be in a different place with the Lord. Because everybody's got their reason why they go to Christian colleges. Sometimes parents force them, and sometimes they want to go. So you're going to have a little bit of that. So you're going to learn life skills, how to handle where different people are at in their faith. And it's just... And you're going to grow together from your freshman year to your senior year. You're going to see people grow up because they're going to mature in the faith and start to grow up. And so it's a cool experience. You know, I think about my life at 17. Man, I was a young 17-year-old, and but I loved college. I loved the experience of growing and changing, and that's the point. That's the point of, you get 4 more years of being a kid, but also growing up at the same time. You know, you get this little part, because once you leave the nest, right, you walk into that atmosphere of nobody warned us, and but can we warn you? Can we really warn you about, do you want to hear it? Right? Do you want to hear the warnings? Because, Dad. Yeah, Mom, I hear you. But until you walk in it, right? And it's, like, you might have been right, Mom. So what do you think about that? Nobody warned us.
To an extent, I think we've been warned our entire lives, because, like, when you're in school, it's talked about a lot, like, because you're asked, like, what's your career going to be? Like, what are you going to do here and there? And I have a different experience because, I mean, like, I grew up in the church. I grew up with you and Mom as, like, my pastoral people in my head and then actually. So it's like you kind of always constantly warned me. And I think that has left me with less worry for this next season, because I know that I have two people behind me that are going to help me through it, and they're going to, like, if I need help and I'm struggling, they're going to help me. And then I also know that, like, when I can't, Jesus can. So to an extent, I like my warnings.
What do you feel like the warnings were? If you got anything else, and you can share at the same time. Because as a parent, I don't know. I don't feel like I've said, don't do this, don't do that. I don't think it's like rules, like warning rules. I don't feel like it's that. I think it's just trying to share our stories, like what happened to me in life, what happened to my wife in life, and like just hear our stories when you're going through your life issues.
Yeah, and I think that my parents warned me enough too. Like, I think they tried their best. You know what I mean? And I agree, you can't probably prepare somebody enough. But I think my parents tried their best. Like, Dad always taught us, work hard, and get what you deserve or whatever. But I think it's just financially right now, like, looking back at 20, 30 years ago, it's a lot different. And sometimes I don't think my parents really, like, grew with that. Does that make sense? Like, warned us about that aspect. Because I think financials, it can be hard sometimes.
Yeah. And it's changed a lot the last 5 years since COVID, and like it ramped it up. And so when you thought $10 an hour was a lot, now it's like it's like $1, So everybody's catching up to the new financial world.
For sure now.
Like, we're all trying to figure it out, because it's like, man, when gas is $6 a gallon, you're like, okay, you really got to budget. Now you got to budget gas. Before it's just $20 would get me half through the week. I don't drive that much. Now it's $60 to get me through the week. So it's just, all the little things for sure. So what do you think about this passage? Because, as parents, we hear this passage, but how do you feel about this passage? Proverbs 22:6. Direct your children on the right path, and when they are older, they will not leave it. So as you're transitioning into adulthood now, what's that going to be? It's going to be, you're being so-called tested. Like, all right, because you don't know, right? As a parent, we don't know how our kids are going to be until we let them live and go,
right?
And they find out what path they want to be on. Yeah. Some parents can't handle that. They can't handle of losing the child a little bit, the relationship changing. And all my kids, for me, I've always pushed them to experience life, just because I did at 17. I left home, went to college, I got to experience all this stuff and did all this stuff. And I was like, oh man, and I could have been the opposite. I could have stayed home, stayed in West Virginia, and never left. And I never would have known there was a whole other world out there.
Yeah.
But everybody's different, but for me, I was like, I just want to have them dabble in that, and then they can make their choices. If they stay wherever we are as they get older, that's fine too. Yeah. But just don't be scared to live life, because, man, There's a big God out there who wants to use us. And we can hinder him sometimes. Say, Lord, you can only use me here in Wadsworth. When he may want to, or he may say, go to the next town. Just go to Akron, And so you never know. So what do you guys think?
I would feel my dad has always told me, don't let me make you feel like you've been weighed down to stay here. Yeah. And I don't feel like that at all, but I feel like I am spreading my wings here right now. Like, I don't have the urgency, nor does Evan, because we've talked about this, but we just don't have the urgency to go out, and move to maybe a different state or something like that. And I'm perfectly happy here, and I still love serving my parents and helping them out with things they need help with. And I truly believe that as kids, we should do that for our parents. And we can still do that if we live in a, farther away and stuff. Yeah. And you can still serve them.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because it's more of being independent.
Right.
Like growing them up to be independent where they can live 5 minutes from me and they're living their life.
Right.
And not, Mom, what do I do? Dad, what do I do? Like the goal is to raise them where they can do that on them difficult situations when they truly need help. But the little things, the simple things. Can you do the simple things? And but you still don't know what you're made of until that happens.
Yeah.
And you probably saw that when you got married. You instantly like, oh, now it's, oh, them are my bills now.
Yep.
But that's part of it now, so it's good that you're experiencing that.
Can you actually read the verse for me one more time?
Direct your children onto the right path, and when they are older, they will not leave it.
I know the first thing that comes to my head is, I was always surrounded by the same path, and I love the path so much that, especially finding my faith at a younger age, I know where I want to go. I know what direction I want to go, and I want to go exactly where God wants me to go. And I think you guys had a big part in that, because faith has just been one of the biggest discussions in our house. And it's kept me on this path of, I just want Jesus' heart in my hands all the time. I just want to be living in what he wants me to do, whether that's here or at Mount Vernon or in Northwestern, wherever it is. I just want that path for my life.
Good.
Good answer.
So as you're in this stage of your life, Allison, and then Shelby's in her stage, I want you to see how the scripture fits you both. And you're in different seasons, but you've been through her season, right? And you're going into a new season for you of now fully being out of college now, getting in the workforce full time and navigating all that. And there's just a good promise here. And it's Isaiah 41:10. This is my wife's favorite verse. But don't be afraid, for I am with you. Don't be discouraged, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you, and I will hold you up with my victorious right hand. So how does that make you guys feel about that promise?
Safe.
Yeah, God's backing me up.
Yeah.
Ensured that I could stumble and he would still pick me up.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's not saying be perfect here, right? It's just when you get afraid, I'm with you.
Yeah.
When you're getting frustrated, I'll lift you up. And when you need strength, I'll strengthen you. And when you need me to hold your hand, I'm going to hold your hand. So he's walking with you. And he wants to be with you in the ups and downs. And so, and that's our goal, hopefully, of all of us as parents, is to pass you on. And that's pass you on to the Lord. And Lord, help us now help them as they get older, because Lord, you can be with them when I can't be with her when she's 4 hours away.
Yeah.
I can't be with her when she's an hour away, but the Lord is. And so it's good to see that the Lord is more mobile than I am to to be with my kids. And so yeah, we can't. The warnings are just life experiences of what we deal with. Hope you hear us and not say that, well, that won't happen to me. Well, it will. You don't know yet, but it's coming. So, but it's just life. That's not faith. That's life, the world we live in. You're gonna have ups and downs. It's just a matter of you're gonna let the Lord help you walk with that. And so both of you just continue to be a light where you're at. Let the Lord use you, and He's going to do great things through you, and that's what's cool to see. So all right, that is Pastor Unpacked with our first episode with the girls. And so nobody warned us. Your parents' faith can't carry you anymore. So remember to serve the Lord, young folks. Young adults, you can love the Lord with all your heart, and you witnessed it here with these two young ladies today. So continue to run your race and watch and see what the Lord does through you.
This is Pastor Unpacked. Real talk, real faith, real growth. Let's break down life with Jesus. Come on, church, let's unpack it.
You are watching WCTV, Wadsworth Community Television.